This is just a really quick video, so let's dive into the controversy surrounding MP drug use and drugs in the House of Commons right now. By the way, this video is very likely to be suppressed algorithmically due to the nature of the video and the fact that YouTube doesn't like drugs quite as much as MPs do. So if you think that it's important, then please like this video and share it on other platforms. It would help us a lot. Anyway, the idea of MPs using drugs isn't all that shocking. Maybe it ought to be, but after endless tales of cabinet members and even the Prime Minister using recreational drugs, it's not that crazy a thought. What might be a little more alarming is the idea of drugs being used within the parliamentary estate itself, but that's exactly what's emerged over the last few days. Here's what we know. 12 locations around Westminster were tested for drugs using the same wipes often used in clubs, with some of these locations only accessible to those with high clearance passes. Of the 12 locations, 11 tested positive for cocaine, which is more than 90% of locations, including the bathroom nearest both Johnson and Patel's offices, as well as throughout the Houses of Parliament. Obviously, we don't know who the culprit or culprits are, but it paints a stark picture of the UK's political system. That's especially true when only yesterday, Johnson launched a new drugs platform, one attempting to crack down on drugs across the country, especially middle-class users. Some have praised the steps being made as the kind of action that needs to happen to save those caught in drug use, but others have compared it to the failed wars on drugs in the past, and said that those in Parliament definitely won't be treated the same way as those on the streets. Anyway, if you'd like a whole video on the new drugs policy, then comment below, but that's not what we're doing today. The point of this video is that there's clearly a big issue in Parliament, and it's not a new one either. When he took over as Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle remarked, "It's not just drink we've got to catch out, there's a drug problem," referring to exactly this issue in the chamber, with some MPs regularly named as being seen partaking in cocaine, with a number of journalists coming forward and repeating the same names. Wilder still, The Times reports that one MP even had their drug dealer on payroll, and that same MP allegedly dealt drugs themselves within the Commons. The government have come down hard against such behaviour, with Patel remarking that there's no place in our society for drugs, and certainly not in our Parliament. Although the GMB Union's Jenny Simmons said that this is just a microcosm of what's happening in workplaces across the UK. Even if that's true, it's not yet clear what's going to be done to solve the issue in Parliament and in workplaces across the country. Although it has been suggested that sniffer dogs will be used in Parliament to try and catch those using drugs. I'd be interested to hear what you think on this topic. Head over to our Twitter account to voice your opinion and vote in our poll on whether MPs ought to be subjected to regular unannounced drug tests. Also, if you want to support the channel and potentially demonetize quick updates like this one, then consider picking up our book, Brexit the Colouring Book, for a rather different parliamentary trip. This one just down memory lane. And just for a little longer, you can pick up 2 copies of the book, potentially one as a novelty Christmas gift, for just $14.99. That's a big discount. The store is linked down below, and we'd love your support. Special thanks to our Patreon backers who make videos like this one possible. And if you want to see your name at the end of videos, then you too can back us on Patreon. The link is in the description.